And we are live. Today I'm going to share with you my weight loss results as I lost weight with one meal a day. And I'm going to explain to you how much you can easily lose while losing weight with one meal a day. How much weight can you easily lose in a month? Sorry, I'm just lighting some incense here because aromatherapy is everything, especially right now. So I'm just going to wait for people to come into the chat and join the live stream, since this was a random live stream, as most of my live streams are. But I'll just share you with my day. Today is another OMAD day. I ended up going to the pool early this morning, feeling very good. And I ended up doing a pretty long walk. So this is my first pretty active OMAD day for a while. I got a new fitness watch because in November, I spent $230 for this Fitbit. Look what it did to me. I was just doing pull-throughs with the cable and it broke. I was not happy about this. So I've switched from Fitbit to Garmin. So I now have a Garmin Vivo Active, or Vivo Fit it's called. I'm going to be doing a review on it everything. And I got it from Amazon for $115. And it's doing much better than Fitbit. I'm just done with Fitbits. But it is so important on your weight loss journey. I highly recommend that everyone have a tracker. It's just better to have that information. It motivates me. I'm aware of my activity. I know how many steps I've taken. Like, I've got this set to 10,000 steps today, and I should easily pass that. Like, active and being on your feet is so important when it comes to losing weight. You don't need to do high intensity training. I was talking about this. I think I was talking about this under the comment section of one of Greg Doucette's Instagram posts. I just posted like cardio's everything when it comes to weight loss, and someone replied and they were like, I don't believe people should be losing weight with endless amounts of cardio. No, of course not. When I say cardio, I mean light impact, steady state cardio. Light cardio, whether it be dancing, whether it be walking. Walking is my preferred form of cardio. Like, walking for weight loss is king. It's just, you burn so much calories and it's effortless for most people. And it's an exercise that everyone can do, even if you're morbidly obese. You can go out and walk. Just increasing your steps. That's why it's so important to have like a watch to keep track of that. Swimming is another one that most people can do. Not everyone can swim, but even if you can't swim, just go in the pool and walk. You'll burn a lot of calories. So cardio is so essential. So is lifting weights, but you can't lifting weights and losing weight. I've already explained this on my channel. You can do it in a cardio-like way. As I was talking in my previous live stream, YouTube workouts are perfect, kind of like weightlifting workouts that you can do while losing weight, because they're kind of cardio-like exercises. Workouts where you get like a nice pump, but you're not so fatigued and you're not so sore that you can't recover the next day. And the reason being is because when you get that fatigued and you get that sore so often, like people who are powerlifting during weight loss journeys and doing all these dead squats and all that, like, going for that RPM, that 1 rep max. Like, did I say that right? RPM? No, I didn't. Rounds per minute. I'm thinking the bike. But everyone going for that 1 rep max and pushing it with heavy, stupid amounts of weight, that's all that's going to do to you? It's going to crank up your appetite. It's going to crank up your metabolism. And it's going to be very difficult to stay in a calorie deficit. Trust me, I learned my lesson in May. I learned my lesson after I jump roped 5,000 jump ropes. So, yeah. Walk and swim today. I'm about 20. I started my fast at 7:30. It is now 4. So let's say 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. I guess I'm 20 hours, maybe almost 21 hours into my OMAD fast. So I like to use swimming and fasting doing OMAD. It's just easier that way for me right now anyway. I don't know how I did it before, well, I did. Like, honestly, if you're not injured like I am, you can go on the treadmill and walk for an hour. Like, the way I was losing weight with OMAD was like walking on the treadmill for an hour, but I gotta give this knee a break. It's just, I saw the doctor today and I have come to the conclusion that I'm just gonna get cortisone injections. And I met a guy at the dog park. This man was, I always meet these men at the dog parks. I love the baby boomer men. The baby boomer men and women here in Calgary, they're just so happy because they have money. All the boomers here are happy. So I was talking to this older gentleman, and he is a man that's like a high energy man on the wild side. I'm pretty sure he's in his 60s, but he's so happy and he's like all lovely, and he's like singing away the Little Mermaid song, but he's a very masculine man. Because he saw my knee injury and he's like, what happened to you? I told him a car accident, and I noticed he had a limp. Well, he did like dirt bike racing, so he would go on dirt bikes and be all wild playing sports. He's had so many injuries, had so many broken bones. And I find it funny that God gave him 4 girls. Because it usually happens. Those high energy men, they always end up with girls. Like The Rock, he only has girls. It's so funny that way. I feel like God does that to balance off the testosterone. Victoria Storm says, just started keto OMAD yesterday. Ooh, I love keto OMAD. Keto OMAD is everything. I'm just going to throw some tips at you. Make sure you are getting in your electrolytes first thing in the morning. You're having your sodium and potassium. That's crucial. Have some pickle juice. I just bought a big jar of pickles, and I'm drinking the pickle juice from Costco. Drink tons of pickle juice, have your apple cider vinegar, and make sure you're getting in some fresh water. That is key, because with keto OMAD, you'll dump water quickly and electrolytes. If you're working out and exercising, make sure you get in some electrolytes before your workout. Play it out because it may give you the runs. Also, make sure you have some electrolytes right after you have your meal. It's so important. And aim for 1,200 calories, 12 to 1,400 calories. Start off at 12, mind you. It's the best way to go. As you do keto OMAD, though, there are some days where, like, I started off with 12, and then as weeks went on, I went down to like 800 calories because I couldn't eat more. I literally couldn't eat more because my body was just in ketosis, and it was just making that switch, burning fat as fuel. So I just let my body do its thing. Like, people don't understand that out of all the other molecules, so protein and carbohydrates, fat is the most efficient form of energy that our body can get. It has not the efficient, but it has the most high amounts of energy stored in it, because fat molecules have a lot of carbon. And that's why it is so, like, that's why our body stores fat as energy to use later on. It converts glucose into fat so it can use it as energy later on. And when you make that metabolic switch and you have your body just burning fat, it's just magic. That's what keto does. So that's why I love keto, and I love keto OMAD even more, because you're getting the fasting throughout the day, and then you're still in ketosis when you eat. It really helped me a lot on my weight loss journey, mainly because it crushed the hunger. That was the key thing. Just, it made OMAD easy. It made OMAD just so simple, just crushing the hunger. That is ideal. And it's so funny because you never think that keto OMAD would be easier. You think it would be hard because it's like, oh, you're abandoning all these carbs and you're abandoning all these foods. It's actually easier because the hunger, it's just, once you get adapted, it takes about a month to get adapted. And once you get adapted, oh my gosh, you just drop pounds like crazy. It's insane. Like, I'm going to be learning about all of this. I got this in the mail, Fast Like a Girl by Dr. Mindy Pelz. Yes, I know there's a part in this book, apparently, where she talks about calories, and calories don't count. I hate when they do that. I don't know. That's what Greg Doucette said. But this is how I view things. In life, you got to take what you can get from people. Just because you don't agree with one thing someone says doesn't mean the other things they have to say isn't valid. So I'm so excited to read this book because she talks about hormones. And again, Greg just attacked this book. He's like, Fast Like a Girl, losing weight differently isn't different from girls to men. No, it's not different. It's a calorie deficit, yes. But we women are complex hormonal creatures, and weight loss matters during certain times of the month. Like, once I'm just starting my new cycle. So I'm in a new cycle, just finished my period. I want to get to the part of the book where she talks about the week before your period, because that's where I struggle with a lot. And I feel like I just fast and I OMADed through that I felt like it could have been a lot easier for me to maybe maintain my weight just before that week, because like your period is so metabolically demanding. So I got this and I got my hands on this. So I hope to do a lot of reading over the next few days. I don't know which book I'll start off with. I'll probably go in and out of both books, but this is the Fast 800, How to Combine Rapid Weight Loss and Intermittent Fasting for Long-Term Health by Dr. Michael Mosley. I've heard a lot about this book, so I want to read that. And yeah, I'm still reading through the Optimistic book as well. And I got myself a journal. This is a Taurus journal. It's going to be so cool. I don't know, just to write. It has a lot of pages. I keep running out of journals here. But anyway, I'm going to look at the chat quickly. Corrigan says, hi, Daniela in chat. I'm glad I made it to a live stream. Welcome. Nice to have you, Corrigan. Nice to have you here. I appreciate you so much. And I'm glad you made it to the live stream. Victoria says, great advice. I've been following along with your Keto OMAD videos. Currently not working out because I have runners. Oh, no. I feel you. Runner's knee at the moment, but this helped big time. So glad I came across your channel. Yay, and I'm so glad you are starting OMAD, Keto OMAD, because that should help with the inflammation. It should bring the inflammation down, and with Keto OMAD, you don't really have to worry about working out or running at all until you hit a plateau, but that shouldn't. Like, when I started Keto OMAD, I was barely moving because I'm recovering from the car accident at the time. I'm still recovering. But I was barely moving because of my concussion. I wasn't walking a lot. And that month, which I'll go over now, I dropped 13 pounds in that month. I went from 200, if I did the math right, I went from 229.8 pounds to 216.6 pounds. So I'm going to talk about how much weight you should expect to lose while doing OMAD or Keto OMAD. So let's jump into that after I check some comments quickly. Good evening. Welcome, more. Nice to have you here. Ryan Jameson says, pulled my back 2 days ago. I'm so sorry. I know how it is. Like, I'm a wreck, but all you got to do is rest and you can lose weight through injury. Like, I'm living proof of it. But I hate it when people go through pain and stuff. Like, hang in there. Someone else I talked to, yeah, the lady at the concussion clinic pulled her back. And then she was telling me about her husband, how her husband has had 2 major back surgeries 10 years ago. And I'm like, how is he? And she's like, he's fine. Like, it's maintenance. Like, every day he maintains himself. He does his exercises. He had his last surgery in 2013 and he's doing great. So she's like, I got tips from my husband. And when she told me that, that gave me hope, because I don't need surgery on my back. I don't need surgery at all. So if that man can go through surgery, which can sometimes be a hit or miss when it comes to recovering, sometimes surgery doesn't go well and it makes things worse. But for him to have surgery and him to be fine in his 60s, I'm assuming these are all baby boomers. I talk to a lot of baby boomers. I love the baby boomers here in Alberta, at least Calgary anyway. Again, happy people. That's because they have money. Oil boom, baby boomer, Gen Xers. Gen Xers, what are Gen Xers? So baby boomers are, I'm talking about here in Alberta, not in general, but baby boomers are anyone who were born from 1944 or 45 to 1965. And then Gen Xers are 1965 to 1985. That's the Gen Xers. And then millennials start from 85. That's how I do it, the real demographer way. Some people change the millennials to a different number. They say 1980s. I think millennials are 85 to early 2005. Anyway, that's a demographic lesson because I just started talking about that. Oh no, Amber Dawn says, keto, day 10 of Keto OMAD for me. Nice. Oh wow, 7 pounds down. Ooh, make sure you're taking those electrolytes, girl. You are killing it. You're losing weight. Make sure you're getting in that water. I don't want you going through a situation where because if you when you lose the weight with Keto OMAD, you'll get into a situation where you feel crappy and then it's going to make you want to binge. So just make sure you get in those electrolytes. But 7 pounds, took measurements today and wanted to cry, but I need it to compare progress to. Lots of learning. Yes. Yeah. Don't worry. Take your measurements. Give it time. The weight loss that you're losing now is amazing. especially if you first started. I don't know your starting weight, but I'm assuming if you are on the BMI, the higher end of the BMI spectrum, a lot of that will be, I don't want to say water. I don't want to, that's going to be fat. Definitely some of that's going to be fat. Some of that's going to be water. I think the majority of the 7 pounds is fat because it's keto OMAD. You're fasting and you're doing keto, but hang in there. You'll start seeing changes with the body if you're not. So just hang in there. So let's get into the topic of today's live stream. How much weight can you easily lose after 1 month of OMAD? So this is varying. Sorry, I'm doing an OMAD. I need to get in water because I had a headache earlier, but I'm doing better now. I just got some Botox too. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. I get Botox for headaches. I don't get Botox for cosmetic reasons. See, my face hasn't changed. Oh, what the hell? She put one here because my headaches can tend to start here. But I love my doctor. She's amazing. I got her number. I love her. She's just super amazing. There needs to be more doctors like her. And she's like my age. Anyway, let's get on topic here. I'll talk about that later. So weight loss, expecting how much weight to lose weight. How much are you expected to lose on OMAD in your first month? This is your first month. Your first month, you should be dropping a ton of weight. Now, this is going to be varying. It's going to depend. If you are on the higher spectrum of the BMI, so if you're in the obesity range, you should be losing minimum 12 pounds per month. You should be losing at least 12 pounds per month. The heavier you are, and if you're doing true OMAD, where you're counting your calories, or you are eating as a woman 1,200 calories or less, or as a man 1,800 calories or less, you should be losing tons of weight. There's no excuse if you're doing OMAD and you are obese that you're not losing tons of weight for the first couple of months. You should be. If you are not overeating, you can overeat on OMAD. You can. So it's so important to be aware of that. So it can range, like higher end, like some people can lose up to 20 pounds. But anyone who's like me in when I started off at 229 pounds, I'm 5'7 3/4", almost 5'8". You should be losing minimum 12 pounds, 10 to 12, let's say 10 to 12 pounds a month. You should be losing on that higher range of the spectrum. So they say it's good to lose no more than 1 to 2 pounds a week. So how many weeks in a month? That's eight pounds per week. So yeah, OMAD should get you losing about 3 pounds per week. 3 times 4 is 12. It should, minimum. Some weeks you'll lose, like this person said, 10 days, 7 pounds. Yeah. So you'll probably start to level off a bit. So 10 days, 7 pounds, 2 weeks, 7 pounds. That's about 3.5 pounds, let's say 2 weeks. I'm doing quick math here. But yeah, OMAD, you should be losing on average like 3.5 per week if you're heavier. Now, if you have the last 20 pounds to lose, 20 to 30 pounds to lose, you should be losing 2 pounds a week for sure. If you're doing it right, if you're doing OMAD correctly, like there's no excuse not to be losing weight or at least dropping inches when you first start. You should be expected to lose that much. I know some people, and then within 2 months, you should get to about 20 pounds down, depending on how much you stick to your nutrition. Now, I'm going to share with you mine. In September, I lost 13 pounds. That's when I first started OMAD. In October, I lost 9 pounds. In November, I lost 5 pounds. November was a very rough month for me. I was having a reaction to a medication I was taking, and I was barely hanging on. So it was a miracle that I lost 5 pounds in November. And then December, I got things together, even though December was a very tough month. I lost 12 pounds in December. January, I lost 12 pounds. February, I lost 12 pounds. And then in March and in April, I maintained my weight because that's when I hit around 170 pounds, 178 pounds around there. Yeah, it says 179 pounds here in February leading into March. So I had to slow things down because I put on a lot of muscle. I'm recovering from a car accident. So when you have injuries, it's a bit different. But if you don't have injuries to deal with and you're just losing weight, keep going. So things kind of slowed down. And that's when I made the BMI shift from January to February. And when I say the BMI shift, meaning I went from obese to overweight in January actually, and then February I got really into it. So that's when things started to kind of slow down. But I slowed things down purposely because I was losing weight too fast. So I was getting coaching at the time, and I was told to maintain my weight. And it's important to do that. I would recommend everyone doing that. Maybe when they get to a milestone of their weight loss journey, like losing, like getting past the barrier of some sort, maybe you should maintain weight, because it's important to learn how to maintain weight. So if you're going to learn how to maintain weight with OMAD, it would be opening up your eating window, maybe doing a 20-hour fast as opposed to 22 to 23-hour fast. If you're doing keto OMAD, opening up and eating a bit more. That's why I say it's important to count your calories, so you're able to open things up. So you have the power to eat a little bit more without going out of control. And that's where the calories keep you in check. So I think it's so important to do that. So I kind of maintained weight in March, in April, and then May, I went from 179 to 169, lost a ton of weight, got to there, and that's where my journey kind of holds off. And then after that, I kind of purposely was told by my coach at the time to put on 10 pounds just to help with my injury. So I was hovering around 179 and 180, and that's where I am right now, in the low 180s, and I'm working my way back down. My journey is a little bit complex again because I have all the injuries. But going back to that, that's how much weight you should really be losing in a month. If you're losing more, that's great, but your body will slow you down. Be aware of that. My body did slow me down in October, and I was pushing hard. I went from 13 pounds down to 9 pounds down. So in 2 months, my first 2 months of OMAD, I lost, I'm trying to do 9. Math here. I'm trying to do 9. Hang on. 9. Yes, in my first 2 months of OMAD, in less than 2 months, I lost 22 pounds in OMAD. That's how I did it. So September and October, I lost 22 pounds, which is pretty good, pretty good. So you should expect to lose that around that range. And if you have a slow month, who cares? Like November, I lost 5 pounds, but I lost 5 pounds. I didn't gain weight. And I think in November, I opened up my eating window more, and I just had kind of rough days. I was too stressed. My body wasn't going to drop weight when I'm that stressed. So yeah, that's how much weight you can easily lose in a month with one meal a day. I know there's people on YouTube who are like 20 pounds a month. Like, that's not realistic. Like, you can do it, but are you going to sustain it? But this is how you easily lose weight. That's why it's called easily losing about 12 pounds, anywhere from 12 pounds to 20 pounds if you're super overweight. If you're obese, like if you're like morbidly obese, you get away with 20 pounds. But people who are like, in the 200s, maybe 300s, you can probably lose about 12 to 15 pounds a month with OMAD. So I think that's a great number. Again, it's not a race with OMAD, with losing weight in general. Like the normal calorie counting way, they say 2 pounds a month. Sorry, 2 pounds a week. So that's 8 pounds a month, which is still good weight loss. That's amazing. And you gotta remember, it's a compounding effect. So let's say you're doing OMAD, and heck, let's say you're averaging 10 pounds a month. That adds up. 1 month, you're 10 pounds down. The next month, you're 10 pounds down. The next month after that. So you're losing 10 pounds every month. In 6 months, you can lose a lot of weight, like easily. And for me, I lost 60 pounds in 6 months with OMAD. I probably could have lost weight quicker if I had, like, my best OMAD months were 13, 12 pounds. But again, I purposely slowed things down because I wanted to learn how to maintain weight, because a lot of people lose weight and they don't know how to maintain weight. And if you put yourself in that situation, you're not going to keep the weight off. So it's important to have maintenance months. Like, I threw in my first maintenance month when I was like 170 pounds. So that was about 50 pounds down. That's when I started maintaining, throwing in some maintenance months in there. But yeah, it's just so important to do that. So I'm just looking at this. I'm very proud of myself because I look back at these months and it was very rough. Like December was so rough, and I'm just so proud of myself for getting through that, because it was really bad. I don't want to get into details, but I've talked about it before, but I'm proud of myself for making it through and seeing the light. And you got to see hope. You got to see the light on the journey. Sorry, I'm going to catch up with the chat. I missed a lot. Hi, Joseph. Nice to see you. Joseph says, hi, beautiful and lovely friend Daniela. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well in Trinidad. Sending you mad love. I appreciate your support, Joseph. Watch women. Hey, hello, family. Hi, Daniela. So I switched from having grounded corn to having brown rice with, ooh, good. Brown rice with veggies and meat. That's awesome. It really makes me feel good and I feel full, but lack the energy to work out. I really had to force myself into working out. So, how many calories are you eating? Are you lacking the energy to work out? Like, you got to know how many calories are you eating? Are you having your salt throughout the day? On days that you work out, again, that's why I tell everyone to weight log. You have to weight log. So, basically, have a sheet of paper, write your weight in one column and your calories in the next column. What is a weight log without calories? Like, you need to know your calories and have that in one column. So the reason why I said you need to know your calories is that you can see on days when you work out, you can get away with a little more. So for me, on days that I work out, like on days that I don't work out, 1,200 to 1,400 calories, I will lose weight. This is for me. This is information I gathered from my weight log. Again, it's going to be different for everyone. I have different body composition from you guys. We're all different. We're all genetically different. We lose weight differently. But at the end of the day, everyone will lose weight on 1,200 calories. But as I was saying, women, and of course men, but you don't want to do that if you're a man. That's too low. Anyway, so based on my weight log, I know that on days that I work out, I can get away with eating 15 to 1,600 calories and I'll still drop a ton of weight like I did as if I was eating 1,200 calories. So it's really important. I want you guys to be independent in that area to be able to find out how much you can get away with. That's why it's so important to weight log. Like the rule is with OMAD, it's called 1 meal a day. But as I said in my video, don't get stuck on the one. You need to understand it's just a method of consuming all of your calories within a shorter eating window. It's just a method to keep you in a calorie deficit. So it's really important to log your weight daily, to understand your body, to understand your trends. I can't tell you what to do because I don't see your weight log. When I do get into coaching people, which I have people already messaging me about, I can help you out better because I can see your weight log. Like, this is my goal. When it comes to coaching, I am not coaching anyone who's not willing to count their calories, or I'm not coaching anyone who's not willing to weigh themselves daily, because I need that information in order to help you. And that's like Louise Hay. She was talking about in one of her tape. She's like, I refuse to help anybody who does not come to me willingly. So she had a lot of people when she was alive, and she was coaching people with her, way of living and life. And Louise Hay is basically a what do you call it? An icon in the world of, I don't want to say manifestation, meditation, all that stuff. But she said in one of her tapes, she refuses to coach anybody who comes to her based on a referral from a friend or a family member because they didn't want to do it themselves. And that's the same thing with me. I am not going to coach anyone who's not willing to do the things necessary to get it done, because I can't help you. I can't give you info. If you don't want to count your calories or count your weight or track anything, if you want to do it the lazy way, you're not coachable. Like, that is like my rule. And I'm not like, it's just, it is what it is. So it's really important to track your calories and do it that way, because that's how I learned how to do it. That's how I lost the weight. And when I can read your weight log and understand, I can tell you to manipulate things in certain ways. So yes, but in terms of lack of energy, you got to put salt on your food. You might have to eat a little more and then see what the scale does. If you're counting your calories, bump up your calories a little bit and see what the scale does. Amber says, I'm on delay since I joined late, but thank you. Yes, high BMI here. Likely losing mostly water to start, but hopefully some fat. You're definitely losing some fat, Amber. Trust me, you will be. Your videos help more than you can imagine with motivation and guidance. That means the world to me. I'm so glad my videos are helping you, and I'm so glad my videos are giving you guidance. Like, I wish I had someone who was doing this as I was losing weight in the beginning, because it really does help you. Like, again, I talk about Gracie's journey. She was that person for me, but she went in and out of YouTube. And it's so important to have someone do that because it motivates you, keeps you going. I always used to look forward to her videos. I would lean on Greg Doucette watching his videos, but he would be about drama and stuff. But sometimes he would do, back in the day, he would do some calorie videos, and he would do videos about like calorie hacks and high protein snacks and all that. Like watching that stuff. When you're losing weight, you want to bombard yourself with all this kind of content because it just transforms that subconscious mind. Because weight loss is a mental game. Like when I fast, I would watch like Dr. Mindy Pelz, or I watch Thomas DeLauer. When I was doing keto, I would watch all these keto YouTubers. Like it does really help you a lot on your weight loss journey. And if I can be on someone's line of watching people to help them inspire to lose weight, that means the world to me. So I'm glad. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. I literally had to force myself into working out. I eat about 1,200 calories. I use my Fitness Pal. I think I need to buy a food scale. Yeah, you definitely need to buy a scale. The rule is with weight loss, you have to weigh your food. Not all foods. Well, yeah, actually you do. You have to weigh your food. I explained this in a video. Again, I'll do a video on this specifically. But like, let's say you're eating some chicken and you want to have some chicken and rice. Get a food scale, weigh out the chicken. 100 grams of chicken is like, I don't know how many calories off the top of my head. I should know that. I think it's about 150. I should know that. Just getting used to that and understanding how much you can eat, scan it in the app, general. Like the thing is with the apps is that I don't have a problem with things that I can scan like box foods, but sometimes it gets tricky with roast beef because I'm like, what's roast beef? Like, and I would put roast beef into the app and then it would have 10 different versions of roast beef. And then some of the calories would be high and some of them would be low. So it's a bit tricky figuring that out, but eventually you will just Google things and you'll learn and you'll see what version on the app is the right version, whether it's MyFitnessPal or Carb Manager or whatever method you're using. But it's important to have a food scale because it helps you accurately track your calories. Louisa's journey, she weighs her food. Bodybuilders who are experts at losing weight in a very dangerous way, they weigh their food. It's so important to weigh out your food so you understand how much calories you are consuming. And you got to like have these habits instilled when it comes to weight loss. Like people who are not willing to do this, they may lose the weight, but they'll never keep it off. People who are too lazy to count their calories, too lazy to weigh, they will never, ever lose the weight. So I'm really proud of you for definitely keeping track of your calories and keeping on top of that. And it's just a matter of getting better with it and using the food scale to get even more accurate. Because like a lot of us underreport our calories by 30%. Like we are off. So to kind of bring that number down, it's important to weigh your food. But I'm so glad you switched to rice. And rice is good. I've been eating a lot of rice lately. A lot of people are hating on the chicken and rice diet, but I love it. It's so good. I don't know. I'm into it. I haven't eaten chicken and rice in a while, but that's been my meals for the last couple of days. Chicken and rice. I don't know. It feels good. And corn and peas and edamame, or like I'm having a salad today. Like it's awesome. But yeah, if you're too tired to work out, give your body a break. Like it's okay to take a day off. If like you gotta listen to your body too. You gotta be intuitive in that way. Like if you've done a few workouts this week and your body's telling you you're tired, don't work out. Take a break and watch what the scale does. I've had many days like that. I tend to lose weight on days like no, I'll lose weight on workout days. But if I notice my body's fatiguing and I'm working out and the scale isn't moving, and then I take a break and I take a day off the gym, I go on the scale and it goes down. So the fatigue is just your body saying, hey, I'm a bit stressed out. We need to rest and repair so I'm able to burn the fat for you and repair whatever muscles you damage. So don't be afraid to listen to your body. You don't have to put in a workout if you're doing a YouTube workout. Maybe go on a light walk and it's good enough. For sure. Yes, I got that. I lost about 2 pounds over the last week. Congratulations. That's great. That is a good amount of weight loss, especially where you're at, because you're at a pretty low weight and I know you're, I forget, you're pretty short too. You're about 5 foot something. So that's really good for you. That's really good. That's a lot of weight for you. Over the last few weeks, I've been switching between intermittent fasting and OMAD. Good for you. You want the flexibility of doing that. And I'm losing weight. I've lost 12 pounds. I'm currently at 147 and I'm 100. Yes, that's what I remember. 160 centimeters. Yes, I remember. So the shorter you are in the more less weight you have to lose, like 147, it's going to be harder for you. So the fact that you're dropping 2 pounds a week is so quick, and it's a lot for you based on your height and your weight. So you're doing a good job. Your body may be a bit fatigued. Good that you're switching between OMAD and intermittent fasting. That's great. OMAD is intermittent fasting, guys. It's just OMAD is the extreme version of intermittent fasting, and I kind of like to separate them because when you get to 20 hours of fasting or more, whew, that's when you're putting your body through it. So going to like 18-6 or even a 16-8 once in a while will definitely help you in your situation for sure. Now, for me, when I started OMAD and I was obese, I stuck with the 20-hour fasting or more, sometimes 22, sometimes 24, sometimes 48. Like the heavier you are, you want to do the more longer fasts. As you get into the overweight category and the overweight BMI, you can throw in some days of relaxing that because your body gets, kind of gets overwhelmed. And you don't want your body to be overwhelmed. Like losing weight is a very stressful process on your body because your body doesn't want to lose weight. Biologically, our body wants to hold on to all the weight. Like, hello. That's why a lot of us are overweight and obese. Our bodies want to do that because it's been genetically programmed to do that because food wasn't as available as it is today. Like it's a good thing for us as humans, but it's creating a lot of diseases, a lot of obesity related diseases, a lot of health diseases. Not just obesity related. There's a lot of thin people with a lot of diseases when it comes to the excess sugar we are having. A lot of people with skin issues, hormonal issues. So many young girls are having hormonal issues now, and a lot of people having PCOS, and it's not just related to people who are overweight. There's a lot of thin people having PCOS, which is actually a sign of insulin resistance. People think insulin resistance is just isolated to people who are overweight. You can be skinny or at a healthy weight, not skinny. You can be at a healthy weight or slightly overweight and still have insulin resistance problems. We're seeing it day in and day out with a lot of people, like skinny fat, small people with gut issues. So it's the the food, the stress, the lifestyle, but we can change that around, like one step at a time, learning how to take care of ourselves, meditating, doing things that we enjoy. If we're working a full-time job, making sure to schedule in date times throughout the day or, a week to just take care of you. It's so important because all this matters when it comes to weight loss. Because when you are stressed and you have high cortisol levels and you're not getting good enough sleep, like me, back in the day when I was struggling, now I'm oversleeping, concussion issues. But when you have all of that, it can also make weight loss very difficult, especially lack of sleep, because that's when you get more cravings because cortisol spikes and cortisol increases insulin levels and then the whole hormonal system gets out of whack. And yeah, lack of sleep is dangerous because then you'll mindlessly eat. It's like not a good thing. So just making sure you guys are taking care of yourself as best as you can, for sure. Oh no, Amber says, way to go. Yes, way to go. Way to go. Hi, Ron. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Ooh, I'm missing a lot. Hi, Jean. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Welcome to the live stream. Hi, Daniela. Nice to see you. Hi, everyone. Hello. Oh, hey, Fit Fasting Doctor. Nice to see you. Hey, sweet friend. I'm happy I caught a live. Happy fasting, everyone. Yes, happy fasting. I'm definitely fasting. 21 hours into my fast. I'm feeling good. Like these live streams really help me. I'm not hungry anymore. I was getting a headache before. I took a nap. I have to start taking naps during the day because of this concussion. And it's the only way I can get through an OMAD fast. But it wasn't a nap. It was a meditation, just relaxing and imagining my life the way I want it to be. It was a good thing. And just to give my brain a cognitive break because I'm still very not well in the concussion department. I was talking to my doctor today and she did her 3-month checkup on me. And yeah, it's just nice to talk to people who know that you're not crazy because I beat myself up. I'm like, I'm lazy because I'm always tired. Like I attack myself. I'm lazy that I can't do this. I'm lazy that I can't. I'm like, I'm not lazy. I'm far from lazy. Like, hello. how am I lazy? Like, I was talking about how I used to work out before when I was working the trades, working on the tools all day. I would get my butt up at 5 a.m., get in a workout, and then, or a run. I would always run too. And then I would go to work. And my coworkers would be like, how would you do that? How do you get up in the morning and do that? Because I'm just so focused. It was funny because I was but I was reading David Goggins' most recent post. He gets so much hate. And in his comment section, he was talking about how people are like, oh, it must be nice to not work and be able to work out all day. And David Goggins was like, I've been doing hard jobs and working hard for 30 years of my life. He's now 49. Heck, the guy just came back from British Columbia, Canada, doing firefighting in forest fires, doing a very scary and risky, hard physical job. What are you talking about? The guy doesn't work. And he's like, people saying like, if I didn't have to work all day, I would be working out all day. And he's like, no, you wouldn't. And he's damn right. No, they wouldn't. Like, no, they wouldn't. People would not be if they were not working. A lot of people work. And he was saying how people have this mindset. They're just using excuses as to not get things done. Like for me, I can use this car accident and my injuries and my back pain and this stupid concussion as an excuse to not work out and lose weight. I can use it as an excuse. I refuse not to. So he's right. 99% of the people out there won't do it. I know I would do it because I was waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning before going on my tools to actually work out and get my workout done. Because I do it for myself. I do it to make myself feel good. I do it to prove to myself. When I did that 10,000 or 5,000 jump rope challenge, I didn't do it for social media, as some people thought I did. I didn't do it for social media. I did it for myself. I challenged myself in these ways so many times. Before I was even on social media documenting my weight loss journey, I used to run from the west side of Toronto to downtown Toronto for an hour, and I would time myself, beat my PR, and then I would happily run back home. I don't know how long that was, but from like High Park to like downtown Toronto, that's a good, I don't know, wow, maybe about, I don't know how many kilometers, maybe 20 kilometers. I might be wrong on that, but I would run so much, and I did it because I loved it. I was doing this all before social media, all of it. And I just came on social media, thought I can share my story and help inspire people who are going through a rough time. Just like, again, I started my social media journey because of Gracie's journey, because she inspired me and she showed me that she can go from 240 pounds to 120 pounds, do a bikini competition and like rip it. Like, she inspired me so much, and she inspires me to this day. She's getting back on track with her journey. So like, that's why I'm showing up, because I feel like my story needs to be told, and I want to help people who are struggling, because I know how it is to freaking struggle. I know how it is, and I don't want anyone to be in that dark place. And if you are in that dark place, I'm right here with you, shining the light. Like, we're in this together. Yes, we're not meeting person to person, but I believe in energy. I believe in spiritual connections. I believe in connecting. Connection is more powerful than just a screen. You know what I mean? So I believe in that deeply. So yeah, I'm really passionate about this stuff. I really am. So there's that. Anyway, I got on a tangent. Oh, I read that. Hang on, I gotta drink some water. Ron says, we're coming off a successful 4-day egg fast, losing 9 pounds, mostly water, but I feel much better. That's awesome. I did an egg fast, I think earlier last year. It gave me weird sensations with my body. I don't know why. And I think that was lack of electrolytes. Back then I was not having electrolytes. This was before I even started OMAD. But if you ever do an egg fast, salt the heck out of their eggs. But yeah, I love eggs. Egg fasts are awesome. Ron's Keto Cafe says, we are coming. Oh, I read that part. We are planning on carnivore ketovore going into our 4th year of low carb. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad you're doing what works for you. I know your doctor told you to do keto and it helped you reverse a lot of stuff in your 60s. I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad that it works for you. Honestly, I always say, stick to the diet that you can stick to. Stick to what works for you. Some people can live off of keto forever. Some people need to transition in and out of keto. That's fine. That's me. Some people like a flexible diet of being able to eat whatever they want, but still maintain the weight. That's where intermittent fasting comes in. That's where up days and down days comes in. That's when learning how to, use fasting as a tool to help you keep your weight steady. Like, it's all about doing what makes you happy. There is no one perfect diet. The perfect diet is the diet you can stick to. The perfect routine to keep the weight off is the diet and the routine you can stick to. So yeah, I'm just so proud of you, and I'm glad that's working out for you, Ron. Oh, hey, Fugal Mama. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome. And if you're here in the chat, guys, make sure you smash that like button, as it helps me out tremendously. Every time you guys hit that like button, YouTube pushes out my video to more people. And I want to be able to reach more people with my unorthodox way of losing weight, because not a lot of people talk about OMAD. Not a lot of people talk about intermittent fasting like this. It's not, you'll see videos on YouTube of people being like, oh, I tried OMAD for a month and I lost this much weight and it goes viral and blah, blah. But no one really consistently goes on about it except intermittent fasting foodie. I know the fit fasting doctor does it as well. We need more people consistently talking about the power of intermittent fasting and OMAD to help you on your weight loss journey, and using it as a tool to help you maintain weight, to help you manage weight. It's a great way to manage weight. Oh my God. I can't wait to get to the weight management stage. We're almost there. We're almost there. We just keep plugging away. But yes. Ron says, the new NutriTrack, mini skills working out great. Keeping track of the macros. That's awesome. You got to do a video on it. Have you? Because I really want to see that. Like, I'm all for new scales, making my life easier. Like, honestly, tracking macros, that is amazing. So please do a video on that. I want to know. Just whatever to make this process easier is a win. More and More says, I'm doing a fruit fast now for 2 days. For 2 days a week. That's good. 2 days a week. I'm glad you said 2 days a week. And OMAD the other days. That's awesome. 2 days a week is good. That's good. As long as it works for you. I thought you were going to say like 2 weeks straight, because there's this whole trend of people doing watermelon fasting and straight up like all these crazy long fasts and all that. 2 days a week is good because it gives your body a chance to reset, get you hydrated and all that. I love that. And then you're doing OMAD other days. It's all about flexibility. Like, find what other like little routine works, for you. And that's awesome. I love the fruit fast idea, especially with OMAD, because it keeps you hydrated with all of the electrolytes in fruit. Cucumber is a very good fruit for electrolytes. What else? Pineapple. Pineapple used to save me on days that I had an electrolyte crash. When I was doing keto, there were some days when I would do keto OMAD and I would have a really bad electrolyte crash. This was when I got really lean. And I would just throw in a pineapple and it would save me. And then the scale would be fine the next day. But yeah, fruit is very good for you. I love fruit. I am more of a vegetable girl for sure. If anyone is interested, we are going live tonight at 8 p.m. Oh, you are with the scale? That's awesome. That's awesome. And thank you so much for the super chat. Ron, thank you. I appreciate the super sticker. I really do. Okay, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, you're on the East Coast. So that's 6 o'clock p.m. That's soon. I'm going to catch you. I'm going to catch you live. What will I be? I'll be making my dinner around then. But I'll definitely pop in and say hi for sure. Yes, I have to put it together. Yeah, please do. I need to learn about that scale because it sounds like it's going to make my life easy. And does it Bluetooth connect to an app? That would make it even easier so I don't have to scan. Anything to make tracking calories easy, it's a win. I want to say I'm lazy in that aspect. It's all about convenience. The easier it is, the more you're gonna stick to it, right? But there are some things that are not easy that we have to stick to. It's just necessary. But to make those things easier is a win. But that's so cool. Please put it together. I'm really interested in that scale. Yes, thumbs up, Hugo Mama. We have some news to share. We are going back to school, majoring in media productions. That is exciting. And that is perfect considering you're a YouTuber. I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to try to catch that. Oh, now that I have a watch. It's 4:39. Oh, I miss having a fitness watch. That's bloody Fitbit. I'm so angry. I think it broke because I swam with it. I don't think I will be swimming with my Garmin. I think Garmin's are awesome. Joe Rogan did a little post on some Garmin that he got. I Googled it. It was like $500-600. I can't afford that. But he said he was like really good or something. I don't know. He probably got paid for that. But I saw that. But I'm a big fan of Garmin's. I'm a big fan of Polar too. Polar watches are very good, but again, those are super expensive. I've never tried an Apple Watch, but Garmin's and Polars, those are really good watches. Fitbit, I tried it because it was everywhere, and I'm not happy about the quality. Like, come on, this is $200, and I bought this less than a year ago. Not happy about that. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. $220. Not happy about that. But it's okay. It's in the past. We just let it go, and the universe and God will bring more into my life. That's better. Kick out the old things to make room for the better things. That's how you got to look at it. And this is already better because this Fitbit did not track my heart rate properly. And with someone who's dealing with a concussion, it's so important to track my heart rate. And even if you're on a weight loss journey, get into heart rate training because the heart rate tells you everything. The zones, understanding the 5 different zones and learning that the first 2 zones, zone 1 and zone 2, are great for fat loss. And you kind of want to stay in those zones, especially know that it's good enough for weight loss. The Grant family, welcome, greetings, welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here. Hugo Mama says, hi, Ron. Ron says, I'll explain that tonight. Please do, please do. I'm thinking of investing in a Fitbit watch. It's your choice, but I'm not a fan of them. I know Louise's Journey got rid of her Fitbit. She's like, I'm done with Fitbit, she said in her video. I don't know what she got, but I don't know. It's your choice. I don't know. I was not happy. I'm not happy about that, but things are made to break these. I had another Garmin and it tanked out on me. So it's like, doesn't matter. Just get a watch. This is cheap too. What I love about this, it's really cheap. So that really helps. Ron says, hi, wellness with Hugo Mama. Oh no, Amber Dawn says, I started OMAD mid-month July and found you around then. And you're so right about OMAD helps reduce appetite naturally. I know it does, especially if you struggle with binge eating. Like that's why I started OMAD. Naturally, most I ever want to do now is 2MAD. Yes, I know. And don't want to go backward. Yes, it's so good with that. It is so good. I'm glad. Ride this out until you get to 20 to 30 pounds around your goal. Once you get to the overweight calorie category, ride this out. Just go with OMAD. And then you want to learn how to eat light and transition off, because there was one girl who messaged me on my live stream. She followed the snake diet, which is how I got onto OMAD. And she said she was stuck eating small meals for she couldn't stop, and she lost a lot of weight. She was eating 600 to 800 calorie meals, and she couldn't because she shrunk her stomach too much because she was listening to advice from the founder's old videos, Cole's old videos. And I was like, oh my God, no, you gotta learn how to transition off that. And Cole does talk about it too, I think. Does he? I don't know. I haven't been watching him lately. But yeah, when you're obese, you don't have to worry about that stuff now. Just worry about getting the weight off. Focus on that. But again, you want to also, there is a transition period with OMAD. Intermittent Fasting Foodie is a great channel for that. She talks about how she does up days, down days. She'll have days where she has 6-8 hour eating windows, because she lost a lot of weight after her second or third kid. She put on a lot of weight and it was really hard. And she just OMADed all the way to the end of her getting back to the weight she wants to get back to. So OMAD will get you to an ideal body weight. And then once you get there, you can, use OMAD to help maintain the weight. Some days you can open up your eating window, or you can, find what works for you. So yeah, OMAD will get everyone to where they need to go. It really will. As long as you're eating in a calorie deficit. Again, you can screw up OMAD. There are people who have, people who say they're not losing weight on OMAD. It's either because A, you're in a plateau, or B, your calories are too high. Or people who say they're gaining weight on OMAD. That's a problem. If you're plateauing on OMAD, it can expect it sometimes when you get, that will happen sometimes. But people who are gaining weight on OMAD, calories are too high. It's a calorie game. It's all about being in a calorie deficit. That's all it is. OMAD is just a calorie deficit on steroids. That's all it is. You get the fasting, you're burning the fat, you're doing the keto OMAD, that's even more. It's just awesome. I just love this way of living and eating. And I love it. I love knowing that always have OMAD as a tool to help me get the pounds off, you know? And I love that I'm able to go in and out of OMAD, and I can trust myself to be disciplined. Like OMAD teaches me so much discipline. Fasting teaches me so much discipline. Again, on my channel, I believe in metabolic flexibility. I believe that we should be able to go in and out of diets, providing that, depending on the person. Again, some people can stick to keto because they have to due to medical reasons or it works for them. Some people, you know, have to stick to certain things. But for the majority of us, we want to get to a point where we're healthy and where we're able to go in and out of things, where we can have that, you know, little snack or treat meal and know that the scale won't go out of control. It's all about having that power. And I want everyone to have that power, because I want everyone to lose the weight and keep it off. I don't want anyone putting on more than 10 pounds. I don't want anyone doing that. I don't want anyone putting, you know, losing the weight and regaining all of it or most of it and then some. It's tough when I see people go through that, because, you know, it's like they lost the weight and then they have to, like, I've had blimps on my weight loss journey where when I first did it, I lost 60 pounds really quickly and I gained 30, because that's when I first started keto and I didn't understand. I didn't know how to properly diet. That's the key. Back then, I did not know how to properly diet. I did not know how to, and when I say properly diet, being able to manipulate the scale by using different tools. I didn't know how to do that. So I want everyone to learn how to properly diet. And I want everybody to know that they have the power to be in control of the scale, that it's just scale feedback. It's just a number, and you can have power over your weight. It doesn't have to have power over you. You can do it. And I want everyone to be in that for sure. Matt Solar says, what's your experience with how people treat you now that you've lost so much weight? I've talked about this. I don't know. I get really weird talking about this, but yeah, people treat you differently. I don't like it. Sorry, I'm just lighting up some incense. People do treat you differently when it comes to when I was heavier, for sure. You just get this, it's like an energy. You get this sense of like an energy, like it's a vibe. Because remember, a lot of things that we do in life, here we go. So a lot of communication through people is actually non-verbal communication. Like we communicate a lot non-verbally. Someone may not be saying like, oh, you know, but you can feel it in their mannerisms, in their actions, maybe in their backhanded way they say things. But yeah, I did notice a difference for sure. And now it's, you know, people like, it's different now. Especially I've noticed a major difference with men. I get way more attention from men now. It's weird. And what did I say in my last vlog? I like to be invisible. Sometimes I just don't want to be looked at. I talk about this all the time. Like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber and people think I want attention, but people don't realize a lot of YouTubers are introverts or have had issues socially with, you know, putting themselves out there, being shy, or a lot of them, not all, but I'm kind of one of them. But yeah, people do treat you differently, and it's more of the nonverbal communication. And it's unfortunate, because I think people should have compassion, because a lot of people put on weight because no one purposely puts on weight. You know, no one purposely is consciously like, I'm going to eat this food so I can become morbidly obese. No one does that. And if they do, they're not well. I'm thinking of Nick Avocado, but he's doing that for money. That's different. But no one consciously does that. Like, when people put on excess amount of weight, they're struggling on the inside. There is something going on. They're running away from something. It's an addiction issue. They're running away from emotions. That's what happens. So I view people who are struggling with weight as they're struggling with something going on that's deep, you know? So, and a lot of people actually don't know how to properly do nutrition, because we've been bombarded with all sorts of things. So, like, I'm learning to have more compassion when it comes to that aspect. And I went through a phase where I posted a couple of videos on my channel because I was blinded by Cole Robinson and what he thought. But that's just because he thinks a certain thing doesn't mean I think a certain thing. And you know how the way he does it with this whole hey fatty thing, that's his thing, right? But I'm not into that. I'm into more just empowering people to better themselves. That's his way of empowerment because he says that's how he grew up. Okay, great. That's how you grew up. I grew up in certain ways that I don't want to repeat as an adult for sure. But like the way my mom, the way I grew up, I don't want to repeat the way I grew up into my adulthood. I want to do better. But going back to what I was saying, it's like you want to empower people. And some people get empowered by Cole's way. Trust, he empowered me on my weight loss journey. I'm not gonna lie, he did. He inspired me, so in his own weird way. But like, I also want to empower people in my way. Empower people to know that they can do things and get through the hard. So I hope that made sense. Ron says my cousin and wife had weight loss surgery when I started keto. They both lost over 100 pounds each. Oh, I don't like to hear that. That hurts my heart. Oh, and have put it back on. How often do we hear this? Oh, I hate that. Oh, that makes me so angry because weight loss surgery, it can work for people. But I keep saying weight loss and losing weight, it's all in the mind. You can go have a surgery and still put on weight because you have not fixed your mind. You have not fixed the habits that have gotten you into losing weight. Weight loss surgery forces you because it shrinks your stomach. But I follow people who've lost weight using weight loss surgery, and they've learned the importance of the habits. They've learned the importance of exercising and eating healthy and dieting. Someone who loses weight through weight loss surgery, they lost the weight. It's because they had the trauma of the surgery, and you can't eat a lot, right? But eventually your stomach heals and you can stretch it back out. And it hurts. It's hard. I hate seeing that. So like, I know Cole says weight loss surgeries are a scam. Um, I can't generally say that because I've seen people who've had success, because there's a lot of people who've been messed up from them. And that really hurts my heart to go through that trauma of surgery. Ugh, geez. I'm not a fan of surgery at all. But I have been considering having loose skin surgery now. I know I'm going to have my wisdom tooth taken out. So we'll see how that goes. But I am like, I won't know yet. My skin might tighten back up because I noticed the skin in my legs did. But I'm considering having loose skin surgery only because I want to be a bodybuilder. And it's going to be hard to show certain parts of my body if I have that loose skin. But with that being said, I was told by Cole when I was coaching with him, he said that he's had women who've lost weight, who've had babies, and as long as they stayed lean, the skin tightened right back up. I know there's a video he has on a woman doing dry fasting, and she pretty much tightened up her skin. And I've seen my evidence of my skin tightening up. I've seen that because I remember when I first got down to 220 pounds, I had so much loose skin. So much loose skin, 220 pounds with keto. I remember I would look down, I'd do a plank, and I would just see piles of loose skin. I am now it's sitting at like the low 180s, and I don't have that. So loose skin is also a genetic thing too. So I think I might be genetically blessed in that category. We'll see, but I'll do a video on it. But I'm really sad about your cousins. Ron's Keto Cafe says surgery is a tool to help, but it's up to you to not put it back on. Exactly. It's definitely a tool. It's definitely a tool. OMAD's a tool. Counting calories is a tool. Fasting is a tool. But they're all tools. Keto's a tool. They're all tools. But you have to learn how to properly use these tools. Steffi's from Incredible Shrinking Steffi Journey is doing fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad she is. I saw that. I saw that she did keto OMAD because I know she's been doing keto. Ron says, we almost had surgery. We decided to trust the faith. I'm glad. I'm glad. Not that I'm saying a weight loss surgery isn't a success. It can be, but weight loss happens in the mind. It really does. Yeah, weight loss surgery is very dangerous. Yeah, I know. But again, I don't want to take away from anyone who's found success with weight loss surgery because I know there's a few people that have, and they have kept it off. I know Camille from, oh my gosh, Dual Wellness. She had weight loss surgery and she kept it off. I know Lose Weight Sarah. She's currently, she had her weight loss surgery and she looks amazing. And I believe, I guess Steffi had surgery too. And I think she did. Yeah, she did. And right now she's sticking with keto to keep that weight off. So it's like, I don't want to, like, because again, someone could easily knock my method of losing weight. Well, oh man, that's not cool, but it worked for me. It different strokes for different folks, as they say. You know what I mean? And OMAD has worked for not just me, plenty of people. Intermittent fasting. So I never want to bash anyone's way of losing weight as long as they can keep it off and stay healthy, you know? And it doesn't matter what tool you use. That tool can change. I'm sitting here on the loose skin at my age. It doesn't bother me. If I was in my 40s, it would be a different story. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you for sure. Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but I want to do bodybuilding. That's my problem. But I want to do bodybuilding. So I might consider it, but I might be genetically blessed. Sorry, I don't want to show that bra color is throwing everything off. Yes, Frugal Money says, gotta have a mindset. Exactly. You gotta have a mindset shift. I was listening to Eddie Pinero today from Your World Within. Oh, that guy has helped me so much. He's a great channel. Go check it out. I believe he has almost like 600K subscribers. I've been following him since he started in 2015. And he was talking about, he's like, the greatest changes I've had in my life weren't physical changes. They were mindset shift changes that propelled me to better things in my life. And it's so true. It's having that mindset shift change. Because when you have that mindset shift change, everything in your life will play out for you. It will follow. So it's all about that mind. The mind is so important. I will always talk about it, and I'll always work on my mind so I can help you guys work on yourself. And even you, Frugal Mama, I know you do this a lot. I watch your live streams and you talk about all this. You talk about the mindset shifts and you talk about having different perspectives. Like, keep doing that because it helps me. Life's Magical Journey is another person too. Like when I like watch content like this, it helps me out so much. We gotta feed off each other because the mind is like, you know, Les Brown uses this analogy all the time. Weeds grow. It's like the mind, it's like a garden. In order to keep that garden in check, you got to kill those weeds, and weeds are constantly growing. We have to keep those negative thoughts in check, and we got to keep bombarding our mind with positive stuff. We really do, and not positive stuff, mindset shifts, you know. And again, it's about, you know, I'm not all about toxic positivity because that doesn't exist. You got to learn how to sit with the darkness too. That's where David Goggins comes in. Sit with the darkness. Sit with those things that you aren't happy about. Sit with them. Feel them, be with them, and use them to be the reason to transform, to do better. Because it's through the things that you struggle with and it's through the darkness that you'll find the light. I'm not trying to get all hokey pokey here, but for someone who struggled with depression for a good strength of my time of my life, this stuff helps me out so much. And I know I'm not the only one who struggled. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for today's live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for being here on my channel. Make sure you smash that like button. And if you stumbled upon this live stream, hit that subscribe button so you can join in the chat next time. I answer everyone's questions on weight loss, OMAD, life, and what have you. And thank you so much for being here. It's an honor. I'm so blessed to have each and every one of you, all 5,700 of you. Thank you for being here. And let's just keep this community growing, and let's just keep getting better from within. Let's just keep leveling up and having fun in the process. Sending you guys mad love.